Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to make something special for me. Well, it's not for me, it's for my cousin. He passed away last June with prostate cancer. So it wasn't just my cousin, he was the brother that I never had. So his brother, my other cousin, which I also class as my brother I never had, asked me if I'd like to make something to put on his grave, a pot. So I said yes, I would. I'd be honoured to do that for him. So what I'm going to do is make a hexagon shaped pot. I've cut some pieces of wood already. So I'm going to put a, I think it's 30-degree angle on them all, because it's 6-sided. Fasten them together and then build it up, and I brought one of these to go into the top, so I've got to figure out how I'm going to do that as well. Then I'm also going to make a plaque out of resin with his name and a bit of message on it and a little photo, and I've put a Star Trek badge on it because he was a Trekkie as well, so I thought that'd be nice for him. So yes, it's a bit of an emotional one, what I'm going to do, but we'll get started. I don't know if to do the cuts on me miter saw or do them on me table saw. I don't know yet. I'm going to find out which will be the easiest way to do it all, because there's quite a few. Because I think I've got to do it. What have I got to do it? What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're right, I've got them stacked next to the camera, the piece of the wood. I think it's about 7 pieces high, so it'll be like 7 hexagons, then all glued together. And what I've also got to do, I've got to put like a spike on the bottom so they can push it in to the ground, so it won't blow over if there's any wind. So, but yeah, but I'll figure all that out as I'm going along. So let's get started. Right, I'm going to do it on the table saw, see how we go. So just here I've just put a little plastic bag, so the pieces I can just flip in and catch them in there instead of going all over the floor. So all I'm doing is just taking one side off to start with now, and then I can get them measured, turn them round, and get them cut to the size I want. So just got to be careful. I think they might just get a bit stuck in there if I'm not careful. I should have really made myself a plate to go in there so things don't get stuck or go down. So I think that's what's going to have to be one of my projects to get done. I keep saying I'm going to do one, but I don't seem to get around to doing it. But we'll give it a go anyway and see how we go. So right, we've got all the angles cut on one side. Eventually I put a piece of masking tape on to stop the little bits going in there getting jammed, so that seems to help it. So right, I've set the stop at 150mm. My plaque width is 120, so that gives me a bit each side anyway. And then once it's all together, it should be big enough to fit wherever my pot's gone. There it is. Should be able to, that should just fit in with a bit of space all the way around it. So what we'll do now is get all these cut, and I'll put my gloves on. They're pretty good, these gloves are. or rubber on them, so it gives you a bit of grip. So I've been wearing my face shield, what I use for my lathe, when I had the smaller bits, just in case any flaped up. So, but I'll put it on again for doing these, because it just gives you a bit of protection. Right, we've got all the pieces cut. Now I've been figuring how to do it, clamp it all together. So what I've got a couple of these Stanley clamps that supposed to do right angle corners, things like that. 45 with these plastic bits on. So I've took them off. So I'm just using the strap itself, so that seems to work out alright. So now I've got a silicone mat down, so I'll just glue up. Then once it's about like I say, I've only got two, so I can only make two at a time. So but once the glue's about nearly dry, I might fire some brads in to hold it better, and then just fill the holes in. So what we'll do is get them all ready and get oh, no, just like that. That's how we was having it. So that 45 touches that, so it's like that. Let me see what I mean. Then once that's clamped together, stack them up, and that will be the top. So right, we will get gluing. Let's get some glue out. I keep my glue inside while it winters here, because it does something to the glue if it gets too cold. So but now temperatures are warming up a bit, I'll probably leave it out now. No, it might look though, I'll leave it out and then we'll get frost again. Best thing about this silicone, once the glue's dried, it just peels straight off, so it's pretty good. Right, start tightening up. Pulling it together. Get the what's it off there. Try and get it in the middle. Oop. Keep tightening. Have a look. Make sure. Right, they're all glued up now. So what we're going to do is just take the glue off. So all I've done is put some sandpaper down, stuck it down with duct tape, and we'll just mark. So once the pencil lines have gone, I know I've sanded it all flat. So a bit more elbow grease this way. So, but if you've got a drum sander, it'll be a lot easier. So, but I don't possess one of them. So, what I'll do over there, I just turn it as I'm going. Right, I've got a chamfer bit in my Katsu router, so we're just going to go around, not doing the inside until I get to the top one. So it'll just go round the outside on both sides. So if you're new to routering, a simple trick, how do you know which way to router? Use your right hand. Use your index finger and your thumb. If your thumb rests on the wood and which way your index finger is pointing, that's the way you router. So on the inside, my thumb's resting on the wood, my index finger's pointing that way, so you router that way. So a lot of woodworkers will know this trick anyway, but if you're new to routering, the simple trick, right hand, thumb, index finger, place it on the wood, whichever way your index finger is pointing, that's the way you're routering. Same as on the inside, thumb on the wood, index finger points that way, so you router that way. So just a little trick. A lot of YouTubers will know that trick anyway, but if you're new to routering, then that's just a simple little trick to learn, so you know which way to do it. So right, we'll get my mask on for this. Right, what we're going to do is glue and put some 50mm brad pins in to hold it together. That's got one in, so wait. Yep, all seems alright. There we go, all glued and pinned now. So I've just got to find a bottom and a top, not a top on here, it'll go somewhere about there, just below the top of the top of this. So, and then the pot will just sit in the top there. So, but yeah, so I'll let that all glue up now and dry and everything, and I'll go and see what I can find for a top and bottom. Right, I've marked out where the plaque's going to be going to it and being laid. See, I've drawn it out. I've gone over with a knife to break the fibres. I've got a heavy brick in there, so keep it steady. I've just got a small straight cut bit in my palm router, so I'll give it a go, get the most on it out with a router, and then I can finish it off with a chisel until it fits properly. I might make a border around it anyway, so if I do make a bit of a mistake, I can cover it up. There, I've got it all done now. So I got it down to 15mm depth, and then I just went round with chisel, and then I just got my Dremel with a little sanding disc drum on it, and went round so it fits in there nicely. Now what I might do once it's in, I might do contrasting wood, like a little border around it. I don't know, but I'm doing the feet a different wood as well. So so next job now is to sort a bottom out. I think I've got a one for the you're right, that's my pipe moving. Yeah, I've got a piece of wood for the top. I've just got to sort a piece of wood now out for the bottom, and get some feet made as well. So that's my next job. Right, managed to find the top and the bottom. The top I'm going to use, this is an old chopping board I've kept. So I've marked it out. So I'm hoping I can do it just here without bringing it all the way out. And then I've got I've had to glue some pieces of wood together for the bottom, so we will get cutting out, cutting to nearest to the line, and then I can just finish them off on belt sander to get them to fit snugly. Right, I've fitted the bottom in. You can see it because the sun's glaring through the window. So that's in. How I've done it, I put some of the off pieces cut off of these 30 degree angle pieces are stuck together. So I put 3 at the bottom, towed the bottom in, and I put 3 at the top. You can see it properly. So, and then this one I've got cut out, that's for the pot. So I've got it all saw there. I don't think it's, the next one up from that is too big, that's a bit too small, so I'll do it with that first, and I can always go around with it with a bobbin sander to the outline of that pencil. So then that'll just slot into the top, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to paint all the inside of that with a water coating, drill a couple holes in the bottom, any water that gets through the top can drain out through it anyway. So yeah, so we'll get the drill press all set up now and get this all cut out. Right, we'll just take it steady. Right, I managed to fix it. So I've just glued it, got the hole cut out, did it on bandsaw, so that's easy enough. So once I've painted all the inside, that will be fixed in as well and glued. So where's my pot? There's my pot. So there it is. So then I think I'm having decorative stone around it. I don't know. Probably, yeah, I don't know. I've just got to make some holes in the bottom, and I've got to make some feet as well. So, but yeah, that's as far as I've got for today. So, right, I found some in my scrap pile. Well, everything's scrap pile in my shed. Some small blocks that I cut off from a previous thing I did. So I've just sanded them down. I'll put it all through. I'm going to use these as the feet for this. So I'm going to just give this a quick sand over now, and we'll get the feet attached and screwed in. I've drilled a hole ready for, because I'm having a bar in it so it can be pushed into the ground. But I've just done a smallish one first, so I know where its centre is. Then I'm just going to, once I've got the feet on, I'll probably do a few more holes for the drainage, just in case, well, water will seep through, but at least it'll drain out, it won't congregate all in the bottom of the pot itself. So then it's a case of sealing it all inside. So we'll just give it a quick sand over. Right, there, put all the feet on, done some draining holes as well, just done 3. So I've got to go and try and now find a piece of metal bar or something so I can use it as a spike, so we'll be able to push it into the soil, and then we can sort the size it is, make the hole bigger, and then we'll get some paint on the inside. I don't know if to paint it or spray, I don't know yet. I'll see what I've got. Right, I put a big block of wood in the bottom. I don't know if you can see it, it's a big massive hardwood block, so that holds the spike in. I managed to find a piece of metal rod. I know I had some somewhere, so like I say, it's drilled through the bottom and into the hardwood itself, so that holds in place. So I fixed the top in, that's all fixed down now. I've also given it a coat of sanding sealer off camera, so I've just give it a light sanding with 600 grit just to smooth it out. So this part I am going to put the plaque in I made for my cuz. Then I'm thinking of edging it with some strips of hardwood, so to go round, because it is a snug fit. So, and for the top where the pot goes, I've got some, it's aquarium gravel but it's white, so it's that sort of stuff. So I'm thinking of putting that on the top, sealing it down with UV resin. So you put the resin on and use a UV light to set it, and then give it all everywhere a good coat of lacquering. So with a spray, so even the plaque itself. So once that's in, all done, I give that a coat of lacquering so it can all be done in one go. So, but like I say, any water gets through, which it will. There's drainage holes in the bottom. The insides I've lacquered already. That's had a few coats of lacquer in there anyway. It has, so that's sealed it all up in there for the time being. But yeah, I'm pleased with that. So I'm just going to work out now how I'm going to do the plaque on the front and the edging, and then I'll get back to you. Right, I've put the plaque in. I was going to do a border, I made it up, but then I asked the good lady for her opinion. She liked it without the border. I asked the son, he liked it without the border, so I'm not putting a border on. So I've glued it in. I have some strong adhesive for outdoors, so that's in. I've taped up round the hole there, so I was going to see what it looks like with these stones in. Alright, I've got daughter's dog with us for the weekend, so if you keep hearing banging, it's here dropping the rubber bone inside shed. Every time I've got her and I'm in here, she's always down with me. So, ain't you, Luna? Hey, where are you? Where you gone, girl? Yep. So, right, I'll take camera off then, and I'll attempt to do it. Right, well it's set, so I'll take that off. Look. So I used about a bottle of it up, poured it all over first, let it soak through, and then got the UV light over it, so it's pretty solid. What I'll do now is just let it cure now, leave it now, and then it's just now a case of getting a coat of clear lacquer all over, or varnish, whichever. I think it's varnish. Yep, and then it's ready to go to his grave. Right, that's it, all done. It's had 4 coats of lacquer, denibbed in between each one. Same on the bottom as well. So yes, a bit of an emotional one that was for me, because it was my cousin, who I classed as my brother. So yeah, but yes, it's turned out nice. So my auntie's coming up on Thursday. She'll be able to come and collect it. and then she'll be able to give it to her son, my other cousin, take to his grave. So yeah, there, that's another project done. Like I say, bit of an emotional one, but yes, I enjoyed doing it. So, well, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, hit that like button, hit the notification bell for more upcoming videos, comments in below, and I shall see you all on the next video. Bye for now.